Hello, everyone. Welcome to today's episode of English with Kai. I'm your host, Kai, and today we're going to talk about a question that many English learners ask. Is grammar important to learn English? Some people think grammar is the most important part of learning a language, while others think it's not so important. Today, I'll give you my thoughts on this topic and explain why grammar matters, but maybe not in the way you think. Let's get started. What is grammar? First, let's talk about what grammar is. Grammar is the set of rules that tell us how to use a language correctly. It includes things like verb tenses, past, present, future, sentence structure, how to put words in order, and parts of speech, nouns, verbs, adjectives, etc. For example, in English we say, I eat apples, not I apples eat. That's grammar. Grammar helps us communicate clearly and avoid misunderstandings. Without grammar, sentences can be confusing or even wrong. But does that mean you need to learn all the grammar rules to speak English well? Let's talk about that. Why grammar is important. Grammar is important because it helps you speak and write correctly. If you use the wrong grammar, people might not understand you. For example, if you say, I go to the store yesterday, instead of I went to the store yesterday, people will know you made a mistake. Grammar helps you express your ideas clearly and accurately. Grammar is also important for writing. When you write, you have more time to think about your sentences, so people expect your grammar to be correct. If you write an email or an essay with many grammar mistakes, it might look unprofessional or hard to understand. But, do you need to be perfect? Now here's the big question. Do you need to be perfect at grammar to speak English well? The answer is no. Many English learners worry too much about grammar. They think they need to know every rule before they can speak. But the truth is, even native speakers make grammar mistakes sometimes. The most important thing is to communicate and be understood. For example, if you say, she no like coffee, instead of, she doesn't like coffee, people will still understand you. It's not perfect, but it's okay. The goal of language is communication, not perfection. So, don't be afraid to speak, even if your grammar isn't perfect. How to learn grammar naturally. If you don't need to be perfect at grammar, how can you learn it? The best way is to learn grammar naturally, through listening, reading, and speaking. When you listen to native speakers or read books in English, you'll start to notice how grammar works. You'll see patterns and learn how sentences are structured. For example, if you read a lot of books, you'll notice that the past tense of regular verbs usually ends in ed, like walked or played. You don't need to memorize a rule to understand this. You'll just see it again and again, and it will become natural. Focus on the most important grammar. Another tip is to focus on the most important grammar first. You don't need to learn every grammar rule at once. Start with the basics, like simple present tense, I eat, past tense, I ate, and future tense, I will eat. These are the most common tenses, and you'll use them every day. Once you feel comfortable with the basics, you can learn more advanced grammar, like conditionals. If I had money, I would travel. Or passive voice. The book was written by her. But don't worry about these at the beginning. Focus on what you need to communicate every day. Practice grammar in context. One of the best ways to learn grammar is to practice it in context. This means you learn grammar by using it in real situations, not just by memorizing rules. For example, instead of memorizing a list of irregular verbs, try to use them in sentences. Say, I went to the store, or she ate pizza. This will help you remember the grammar better. You can also practice grammar by writing. Write a short diary every day and use the grammar you're learning. For example, if you're learning the past tense, write about what you did yesterday. This will help you use grammar in a natural way. Don't be afraid of mistakes. One of the biggest mistakes English learners make is being afraid of grammar mistakes. They worry so much about being correct that they don't speak at all. But mistakes are a normal part of learning. Everyone makes mistakes, even native speakers. The important thing is to learn from your mistakes and keep practicing. For example, if someone corrects your grammar, don't feel bad. Say thank you and try to use the correct grammar next time. Over time, you'll make fewer mistakes and your grammar will improve. Use grammar as a tool, not a rule. Finally, remember that grammar is a tool, not a rule. The goal of grammar is to help you communicate, not to make you feel stressed or confused. If you're speaking and people understand you, that's what matters. Grammar is there to help you, not to stop you from speaking. For example, if you're in a conversation and you're not sure about the grammar, just try your best. The other person will probably understand you, and you can learn from the experience. Don't let grammar stop you from practicing and improving. Okay, everyone, that's all for today. I hope this episode helped you understand the role of grammar in learning English. Grammar is important because it helps you communicate clearly, but you don't need to be perfect at it. Focus on the most important grammar, practice it in context, and don't be afraid of mistakes. Remember, the goal of language is communication, not perfection.
Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed the video, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next one. See you soon.